My name is Cathy. I'm the Curator of Behavioral Management and Animal Programs here at the National Aviary, but I am also a licensed falconer in the state of Pennsylvania. People have sent in a variety of questions to ask me about falconry, and I'm going to answer them for you here today. But first, I wanted to get started by explaining what falconry is. Falconry is a sport in which you go out and hunt with a bird of prey. Falconry is actually really old. It is popped up in 8 to 10,000 BC, records show. It has been around, if you go to Egypt, there are hieroglyphics of falconry. In Europe, William Shakespeare himself was an avid falconer, which I think it's cool that I did something that William Shakespeare did, since I am not a poet. So I think it's cool that I get to share something with William Shakespeare. So it's been around for a very long time. The reason that falconry became into existence is because it was used for families to find food. And so that was another way they would train their bird to go out in the woods with them, and then they would hunt and be able to provide food for the bird and their families. And so that's how it started. And it is something that many people still do today. So let's get started with some questions. What are the most common birds in falconry? Well, there are a lot of different birds that people use to hunt. Everyone, because it's called falconry, people will think it's only falcons, but people use a large variety of hawks and some eagles as well. So you have your red-tailed hawks, which are great falconry birds here in southwestern Pennsylvania. You have Harris hawks. There's all different types of falcons. There's little kestrels that are a type of falcon that you can use. People use goshawks. And if you're in the right area and you do need to have extra permitting for this, you could hunt with a golden eagle as well. So how do you choose your bird is another question I got. Do you choose it depending on your region or what you wish to hunt? Well, it's a combination of both. So if you live in an area where there's lots of woods, and that's going to be your hunting location, then you're going to want to choose a bird that is made to go out and go through the woods. So you're not going to choose a falcon that's going to need more wide open space then. You're going to want a hawk like a red-tailed hawk, a Harris hawk, a goshawk, something like that. If you have a pond or a big water area with wide open fields, then you could choose a falcon because you would be able to hunt easier with a falcon there. So it depends on your region, where you live, and where your hunting territory really is found. And that's going to help you decide which bird that you should go hunt with. Do falcons normally nest in the Pittsburgh area? Yes, peregrine falcons are native to the Pittsburgh area. There are several different pairs of nesting peregrines found around the city. It depends on the season and the year, and people will choose different locations. But if you go online, I'm sure you can find different sites and different blogs that will actually share some falcon locations for you. A lot of people will think that they see falcons in their backyard, but a lot of times people confuse the peregrine falcon with the Cooper's hawk, because Cooper's hawks also do eat small types of birds. Go online, learn the difference between Cooper's hawks and falcons. There's a lot of cool information out there. How did I get interested in falconry? Well, that's a very good question. I have actually worked with birds for a long time, and for me, falconry was something, it was a way for me to get out in nature with a bird of prey and really experience what it does out in nature. So for me, it was something cool that I could get even closer to the bird and closer into nature with, and that's why I chose to be a falconer. Now, I will tell you that falconry is a lifestyle. Being a falconer is a commitment. You have to go and you have to work with your bird every day. So no matter if you're tired from coming home from work, that animal is dependent on you, and you need to take the time to go and work with your bird every day. So you want to build up that great relationship with it. You want to take it flying with you. You want to really spend time with it. And so it's a lifestyle. You have to have all the equipment, and so it's actually can be very expensive too. So over the years, I slowly built up all of my falconry equipment that I need. You're gonna need things like gloves and bags and food for the bird and different things. So it just takes a while to build up all those resources sometimes. But, and it's not for everyone. But I think it's very cool, and it's, again, something to get out in nature and be with the birds. A very common asked question is, how can I learn to be a falconer? Well, the state of Pennsylvania falconry is run by the Pennsylvania Game Commission, and if you go on their website, there is tons of information about how you become a falconer, and they're the ones that you get licensed through. So if you go on the Pennsylvania Game Commission's website, Google falconry, look up all the rules, regulations. It will go through permitting. It will tell you about the sport, what you need for equipment, all that stuff. So that's a great place to start. But falconry is not something that you're going to learn overnight. It's going to take a couple years of dedication to really become a falconer. But to some people, it's really worth it. So I hope you enjoyed this little talk on falconry. If you have more information, if you'd like more information on falconry or anything else, please check out our website at www.aviary.org, and you can always contact us if you have more questions and I didn't answer them. Thank you very much for joining me here today.